Good morning all, welcome to our next class. Today we are discussing about velocity time graph. The previous class we are discussing about position time graph, and the time is taken in the x-axis and position is taken in the y-axis. Like this, the velocity time graph, time is taken in the x-axis and the velocity is taken in the y-axis. A moving body having a velocity with respect to time. This time and velocity is drawing, or the relation between the time and velocity is drawing through a graph, and that graph is showing the velocity time relation. Each time having a velocity, its corresponding velocity, and this time velocity relation showing through that graph, and that calculation based on the time velocity is very easily to accessible from a velocity time graph. For understanding more about a velocity time graph, we have to go through our slide. Velocity time graph. Graph showing the relation of changing velocity with respect to time. From a velocity time graph, we can calculate the displacement of a body. A velocity time graph showing the relation between the velocity, changing velocity with respect to time. From this graph, a velocity time graph, we can calculate the displacement. How can we calculate the displacement from a velocity time graph? We have an equation, velocity equals displacement by time. From here, we got that displacement is equal to velocity into time. Displacement is equal to velocity into time. Displacement of a body within a definite interval of time is equal to the area of the portion under velocity time graph. So we can calculate the displacement of a body from a velocity time graph. There is a portion under the velocity time graph. When we taking the area of that portion, we got the displacement of that body. So now we know that what is a velocity time graph. From a velocity time graph, we can calculate the displacement of a body. The displacement of a body is velocity into time. This is by equation, the displacement of a body is velocity into time. And from graph, we have to got the area of the portion under a velocity time graph. We got the displacement. If we draw a graph using velocity time relation, we have a graph. X-axis, we are taken time in second, and in y-axis, the value is velocity. And in this velocity time graph, we have some values that corresponding time and change in velocity with respect to time. We have taken 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2 seconds in each unit. 2 seconds in each unit, and here 5, 10, 15 and 20. 5 meter per second in each unit. Okay, and we draw velocity time graph using the table 2.6 in textbooks. The relation is in the value in 0 second is 10, in 2 second is 10, and 4, 6, 8 and 10 seconds the velocity is time, that is 10 meter per second. So we got a graph of a straight line. Graph of a straight line connecting the velocity and the time relation. And from here, we got the displacement of that body. The velocity and the time of that body is here. From here, we got the displacement of that body. How can we got the displacement of that body? Here we considering 2 points from the graph, that is denoting B and C. And in the lower portion, that is taken as A and D. ABCD is a portion and this portion have an area. We have to find out the area using the scale we are considering to draw this graph. We got the area of this portion. And this area of the portion is the displacement of that body moving with a velocity with respect to time t. Okay? And from here, the velocity time graph, we got the area of the graph under the portion of the velocity time graph, and this gives what is the displacement of that body. So, we understanding what is the displacement of a body from this graph. And we have some equations that is basing the motion of a body. There are some equations that is basing the motion of a body. For understanding the motion of a body, first of all, we know what is the equations of motion. So we have three equations of motion and three relations are connecting the motions of body. So more understanding what is the three equations basing the equations of motion. For understanding this, we have to go through slide. Equations of motion. There are three equations in equations of motion. First one, velocity time relation, position time relation and position velocity relation. For understanding the motion of a body, we have three equations that is connecting the velocity, position and time. First equation is basing the velocity time relation. Second equation is basing the position time relation, and the third equation is basing the position velocity relation. And for getting these three equations, first of all, we have a common derivation for all of these three equations. For understanding this derivation, we have to go to the next slide. Equations of motion. For understanding, for deriving the equations of motion, we have first of all, we have a common derivation. For this, we have some steps for understanding the common derivation. First of all, draw a velocity time graph. A velocity time graph that showing the relation between the time and velocity of a moving body. And we drawing this velocity time graph using some values. In the x-axis, we have taken the time is in 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Each of the unit is taken as 1 second, and the velocity is taken as each of the unit is 10, 20, 30, 40 respectively. So here we have an x-axis and y-axis, and draw the velocity time graph using the values 1 second, 2 seconds and 3 seconds in x-axis and 10, 20, 30, 40 in y-axis. And draw a perpendicular from T1 and T2 to the graph. They meet at a point P and Q respectively. Next, we taken T1 and T2 from the x-axis. From the x-axis, we have taken T1 and T2. Considering T1 and T2 in the x-axis and draw perpendiculars from T1 and T2. And the meeting points of T1 and T2 are noting as P and Q. T1 and T2 are meeting point in the velocity time graph, and that meeting points are P and Q. Draw another perpendicular to QR from P. It meets at A. And here we have P and Q. There are 2 points. And the starting points we have taken S and R. And we have to draw another perpendicular QR, another perpendicular from P to QR, and taken that is A. Now we got a trapezium of PQRS. We have 3 perpendiculars for drawing here, and we got a trapezium. Consider the velocity at the time T1 is U and T2 is V. And we have velocities at T1 and velocity at T2. Velocity at T1 time is taken as U and T2 time is taken as V. P and Q correspond to U and V respectively in the graph. We are considering P and Q, that two are two perpendiculars, and that two perpendiculars P and Q corresponding U and V. And from the trapezium, we are writing PS is equal to AR. PS is one side of a trapezium and AR is the opposite side of that trapezium. So PS is equal to AR, which is equal to U. And next, QR. QR is another portion of the trapezium and QR is equal to V. And SR is a next portion of the trapezium and SR is taken as T, the time period, and that is T2 minus T1. And AQ is a small portion of the trapezium and it is taken as AQ, that is QR minus AR. QR minus AR, and that is equal to V minus U. V minus U. This V minus U or AQ is the changing velocity AQ. So here AQ is equal to V minus U. This is a common derivation for attaining the equations of motion. From the points we are discussing in this slide, we draw a graph basing the relation time and velocity. In the x-axis, we have taken each of the unit is in 1 second. So in the x-axis, here are some times 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, etc. And in the y-axis, here are velocity. And each of the single unit is taken as 10 meter per second. So the y-axis is 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. And we have some values basing the velocity time relation. And based on that relation, we got a straight line from the 0 to 6. We got a straight line. And from here, we are considering 2 points T1 and T2 in the x-axis. That 2 points here, T1 is here and T2 is here. T1 and T2. These 2 points are considering 2 times. T1 is a time and T2 is a time. And the time difference between that T2 and T1 is taken as small letter t. That is T is equal to T2 minus T1. This is taken from the x-axis because the x-axis is showing the time relation of the body. So here is T2 and here is T1. The difference between T2 and T1 is taken as T. And we have 2 perpendiculars that is drawn from the T1 and T2 to the graph, the straight line that showing the velocity time. And we drawing the first perpendicular from T1 and second perpendicular that is from T2. And naming that 2 perpendicular, first one is P and the second one is Q. And we have another perpendicular that is drawing from the point P to the straight line QR. Here is the QR and we are drawing a perpendicular from P to this point QR. And naming that perpendicular is A. Now we drawing 3 perpendicular. First is from T1 that is PS and second is from T2 that is RQ and third is from P that is A. So here are 3 perpendiculars and we get a trapezium and the name of that trapezium is PQRS. In the points T1 and T2 we are giving 2 points here that are S and R, naming that 2 points that is SR. So now we have a trapezium that have naming S, P, Q, R, S. Now the trapezium is PQRS we got from the graph. And for more understanding, only we considering the trapezium. assume that this trapezium having T1 at a point in S and T2 is at a point B. And these two are taken as the initial and final velocity of a body. A body is moving from T1 to T2. This have a initial velocity and final velocity. So T1 is initial velocity, that is T1 equals U. And T2 is final velocity and it is taken as V. Now we got the T1 and T2. And we have some sides, 4 sides in the trapezium. And the first side PS. That PS is equal to AR. These two sides are equal. So PS is equal to AR. PS is equal to AR. And here PS is taken as T1 is taken as U. So PS is U. So PS is equal to U. So which is equal to AR. So PS is equal to AR is equal to U. And taken the next side, that is QR. QR, that is here from here. And QR is taken as V because here T2 is the time and the final velocity is taken as T2 and P2 is in the line QR. So we taken QR is V. First final velocity is V and initial velocity U. And we got the final velocity and initial velocity as U and V, and the corresponding side PS and QR are here U and V. So we getting PS is equal to AR is equal to U and QR is equal to V. And we have on one side that is SR. First of all, we are saying that SR is the time interval T1 to T2, and the difference between that time interval T2 to T1 is taken as T2 minus T1 is equal to T. So here SR is equal to T. That is T2 minus T1. And here are one side for this trapezium, that is AQ. This small portion AQ. And we know that AQ is a part of the QR. AQ is a part of a QR and we got AQ is equal to QR minus AR. The length of QR minus AR, we got the answer of or length of the side QA or AQ. So we got AQ is QR minus AR. So I think all of you understand what are the considering sides of the trapezium. Now we got all the sides of the trapezium and its substitutions. Trapezium having PS, SR and RQ sides, and we getting all of the substitutions for all the sides of the trapezium. And we applying this QR and AR to this equation. We have QR and AR. AQ is equal to QR and AR. First we are knowing that what is AR and now we know that what is QR. From the substitutions we got that AR is U and QR is V. So AQ is equal to QR minus AR, that is changing when substitutions are adding. AQ is equal to V minus U. So we know that AQ is equal to V minus U. This relation or changing velocity AQ is equal to V minus U is the common derivation that is using in the equations of motion. To find out the equations of motion, there are 3 relations showing or 3 equations of motion. The basic or common derivation for that 3 equations of motion is AQ. AQ is equal to V minus U. So this is the basic equation for these 3. We are using this relation in all of these equations. Okay. So I think all of you understand about what is the common or basic equation that needing to find out the equations of motion. AQ is equal to V minus U. Okay. So next we have to derive what is the first equation of motion through slide. Equation 1, velocity time relation. The first equation is that showing velocity time relation. For understanding the first equation, velocity time relation, acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time. Acceleration is equal to AQ by SR. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time, and acceleration is equal to AQ by SR. Acceleration A is equal to V minus U by T. AT is equal to V minus U and V is equal to U plus AT. Okay. Now we have the first equation of motion, that is showing the velocity time relation. For getting the velocity time relation equation, we have the same trapezium. We have the same trapezium that is drawn using in the previous session the time velocity time graph. From here we are deriving that what is AQ is equal to V minus U, the basic equation. AQ is equal to V minus U is the common equation we are deriving using the trapezium PQR. AQ is equal to V minus U is the common equation. And here we getting the velocity time relation. First of all, we have taken the acceleration of the body. What is the acceleration of the body? Acceleration of the body is the changing velocity per time. The changing velocity per time is the acceleration of a body. So we know that what is the changing velocity? The changing velocity of AQ is V minus U. So the first equation is acceleration of a body that is changing velocity by time. And the changing velocity we are already deriving that AQ is equal to V minus U, and substituting that here A is equal to AQ by SR. SR is here, this portion is we are considering in the x-axis, that is T2 minus T1, and we have taken that T2 minus T1 is T, and here that is P, and here that is V minus Q, and substituting the pre-derived substitutions to this equation. A is equal to AQ by SR, that is acceleration A is equal to V minus U by T. And from here we have taken the T to the right side of the equation, and we got A into T, because here the T is the denominator and division form, and it comes to the right side, it comes to multiplication form, and A T is equal to V minus U. And from here we rearranging this equation, we got that V is equal to U plus AT. V is equal to U plus AT. So the first equation of motion is velocity time relation, and that is the V is equal to U plus AT. So the first relation of motion is V is equal to U plus AT. This is the velocity time relation, and this is the first equation of motion. So I think all of you understand what is the basic or common derivation for attaining the equations of motion, and what is the first equation, velocity time relation. This is all we are discussing about today. What is the velocity time relation of first equation of motion, what is the velocity time graph, and what is the common derivation for equation of motion. What is the velocity time graph? Well, a velocity time graph that's showing the velocity time relation. Velocity is taken in the y-axis and the time is taken in the x-axis. And we getting the displacement from a velocity time graph that are For finding the area under a velocity time graph, we got the displacement of a body. So this is the use of a velocity time graph. And finding out this, we are discussing about the common derivation of an equation of motion. For understanding that common derivation, we are considering a PQRS quadrilateral, and from that quadrilateral, we are finding the substitutions of each side of the trapezium and finding all of the substitutions for the trapezium. We got an equation that's showing the changing velocity. Changing velocity is AQ, and that is equal to V minus U. This is the basic or common equation that wants to deriving the equations of motion. For finding that changing velocity, we are ready to deriving the first equation of motion. And what is the first equation of motion? That is V is equal to U plus AT. V is the final velocity of a body and U is the initial velocity of the body. So, for getting the velocity time relation, first of all, we are considering the acceleration of a body. What is the acceleration of a body? The changing velocity per time. And the changing velocity per time is denoting using the trapezium, that is AQ by SR. And we know that what is AQ, that is V minus U. And what is SR, that is T. And substituting the two portions to the equation, acceleration is equal to V minus U by T. The changing velocity, that is V is the final velocity and U is the initial velocity and T is the time. And rearranging that equation, we got the first equation, that is V is equal to U plus AT. So this is very important equation, and all of you memorizing this. V is equal to U plus AT is the first equation of motion. Okay, this is all over today's class. Thank you.